Vinícius Júnior has just committed an act of absolute, staggering arrogance that has completely infuriated the footballing world, choosing to taunt the Barcelona faithful in the exact moment his own team was being utterly humiliated. In a season-defining El Clásico that saw Real Madrid officially surrender the La Liga title to their fiercest rivals, the Brazilian superstar decided that instead of showing humility in defeat, he would rather mock the 62,000-strong crowd at the Spotify Camp Nou. This shocking display of disrespect perfectly encapsulates the toxic, dysfunctional mentality currently destroying the Santiago Bernabéu from the inside out, proving that the club's biggest stars are more concerned with their own egos than the catastrophic collapse of their team. The scene unfolded during a miserable 2-0 defeat that mathematically confirmed Hansi Flick's Barcelona as the 2025-26 Spanish champions. As Los Blancos were being thoroughly outclassed and outplayed, Vinícius was spotted standing in front of the hostile home stands, deliberately making a 1 gesture with one hand and a 5 with the other. This calculated taunt was designed to signify Real Madrid's 15 Champions League titles, a desperate attempt to remind the euphoric Catalan crowd of Madrid's historical European dominance. But rather than looking like a defiant champion, the Brazilian winger looked like a sore loser, desperately clinging to past glories, while his current reality crumbled around him. Subscribe now and help me reach 1,000 subscribers by May 15th. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any update. What makes this arrogant gesture so incredibly frustrating for Real Madrid supporters is that Vinícius himself was completely invisible when it actually mattered. Throughout the entire 90 minutes, the man widely regarded as the best player in the world turned in a vapid, spirited, yet entirely ineffective performance. He was kept remarkably quiet by the Blaugrana defence, failing to inspire any sort of fightback as his team agonizingly ceded the league title. While Barcelona's diminutive midfield duo of Pedri and Gavi absolutely dominated the middle of the park, Vinícius was caught chasing shadows, rendering his post-match taunting not just disrespectful, but deeply embarrassing. This humiliating defeat was the culmination of what has arguably been the most horrendous, chaotic week in modern Real Madrid history. The club has fallen into complete disarray, with widespread reports exposing a deeply fractured atmosphere at the Valdebebas training ground. The arrogance displayed by Vinícius on the pitch is merely a symptom of the massive disciplinary collapse happening behind the scenes. Just days before this crucial Clásico, Antonio Rudiger and Álvaro Carreras came to blows during training, while Federico Valverde and Aurélien Tchouaméni clashed in a terrifying altercation that left the Uruguayan unconscious with cranioencephalic trauma. When you combine this unprecedented physical violence with Kylian Mbappe's highly controversial holiday during his recovery period, it becomes painfully clear why Real Madrid looked so disjointed against Barcelona. The squad is completely out of control, and manager Álvaro Arbeloa has entirely lost the dressing room. Arbeloa's bizarre pre-match press conference, where he rambled about a 2007 scuffle between Craig Bellamy and John Rees instead of addressing his own team's crisis, proved that he is completely out of his depth. The players know he won't be in charge next season, and they are behaving with absolute impunity. Meanwhile, Barcelona executed a well-oiled, masterful performance to claim their 29th La Liga title in emphatic style. They needed just a single point to mathematically secure the championship, but they demanded a statement victory. A stunning free kick from Marcus Rashford curled past Thibaut Courtois to open the scoring before Dani Olmo delivered a sublime flick to Ferran Torres, who thundered home the second goal inside 20 minutes. For the first time in almost 100 years, a Clásico directly decided the outcome of the La Liga title fight, and Barcelona ensured the silverware remained in Catalunya. As fireworks illuminate the streets of Barcelona and Hansi, Flick celebrates becoming the fourth manager this century to guide Barca to back-to-back league trophies in his first 2 seasons. Real Madrid is left staring into the abyss. They are now facing their second consecutive trophyless season, a reality that is absolutely unacceptable for Florentino Perez. The impending arrival of Jose Mourinho next season cannot come soon enough, as the special one will have a monumental task ahead of him to rebuild a squad that has lost its discipline, its identity, and its humility. Vinícius Júnior's 15 gesture will undoubtedly go viral, but it will not be remembered as a moment of legendary defiance. Instead, it will be viewed as the desperate, arrogant act of a player who refused to accept that he and his team were thoroughly outclassed. When a team is suffering through training ground knockouts, massive fan petitions demanding the exit of their biggest signing, and back-to-back trophyless campaigns pointing to the history books is no longer a valid defense. Real Madrid's history is glorious, but their present is an absolute disaster, and no amount of taunting from Vinícius Jr can hide that uncomfortable truth. For Vinícius, this moment should serve as a massive wake-up call. The Brazilian has spent the entire season demanding respect and pushing for a new contract that reflects his status as the world's best player. However, true leadership is demonstrated in moments of adversity, not just in moments of triumph. When your team is being dismantled by your biggest rivals, a true leader rallies his teammates, demands more effort, and takes responsibility for the failure. By choosing to engage in petty taunts with the crowd instead of focusing on the catastrophic performance unfolding on the pitch, Vinícius proved that he still lacks the maturity required to carry the ultimate burden of the Real Madrid captaincy. The fallout from this disastrous week will undoubtedly reshape the future of the club. Florentino Perez is not a man who tolerates public humiliation, and watching Barcelona celebrate a league title on their home turf while his own players fight each other in training will force his hand. The impending arrival of Jose Mourinho signals a desperate return to authoritarian leadership. Mourinho will not tolerate the kind of arrogant, undisciplined behavior that Vinícius displayed at the Camp Nou, nor will he accept the toxic dressing room culture that allowed physical violence to erupt at Valdebebas. The special one will demand absolute obedience, and players who prioritize their own egos over the collective success of the team will quickly find themselves marginalized. Ultimately, the 2025-26 El Clásico will be remembered for two distinct reasons. First, it will be celebrated as the night Barcelona secured their 29th La Liga title, with a masterful, dominant performance that proved they are the undisputed kings of Spanish football. Second, it will be remembered as the night Real Madrid's Galactico project completely imploded, perfectly symbolized by Vinícius Júnior's arrogant, empty gesture. The 15 Champions League titles in Madrid's trophy cabinet are a testament to their glorious past, but right now, their present is defined by chaos, violence, and a bitter defeat to their greatest rivals.